Hello everyone and welcome back to Rags to Riches with Dartford, where today we have a very important away day, and that is going to be against Chelmsford, who are currently top of the league, and by quite a margin, to be honest. They're top of the league by 4 points, so yeah, it's a very important game. Now, last time we would have left off having just lost 5-1 to Haven't, which is not great. And that is also where we made the promise to Jordan Winter that we would improve our people management, which he seems to be happy with our progress. We've also had to promise that we will sell him if an appropriate offer is made, because we have agreed that if somebody comes in for 14,000, then we'll sell him. It's only because somebody did come in for him, but for like 2,000 or something, so I had to promise. I doubt anyone is going to pay 14k for him, but we will have to sell him if they do. In terms of league results since that Haven't game, we have had a decent run of form. The next 4 games, we won 3 of them, drew 1, and that was against Slough. And then we lost to Braintree, drew to Farnborough, lost 5-0 to Oxford City, which was, quite concerning. We then went on to win 4-1 against Concord, and then 8-2 against Heybridge in the FA Trophy second round. Now, Heybridge, I would expect us to beat very heavily because they are nowhere. I have no idea what league they're even in. But we beat them 8-2 with Pierre getting a double hat-trick, which is very nice from him. But yeah, like I say, we've got Chelmsford coming up away from home first in the league. And then after that, we will be playing at home against Hungerford, who are 4th in the league. So both pretty important games. We have actually made another 2 signings. I know, I said we wouldn't be making any signings, but somehow we've managed to do it. We are slightly over budget on the wage budget by about 200-ish. So, yeah, hopefully the board are not going to be too concerned about that. We'll have to see. But the people we've brought in are Nathan Cameron, who I think we looked at in last episode. Not sure, but anyway, he is a central defender. He's had a pretty decent last couple of games as well. And then we've also brought in a guy called James Clark, who can play in the right wing back as well as a winger. And we brought him in mainly because, he's very good for starters, and we got him on a free. But the main reason we brought him in is just for squad depth, because we didn't have a huge amount of squad depth at both right back and especially right midfield. Like I said, the only people that could have played there were Coulson and Carruthers, so we really did need a little bit of squad depth in those positions, and he is going to come in and fill that. Now, for the formation that we're going to be playing against Chelmsford, I've decided to stick with the 4-3-3. Now, this is the formation and tactic we used to beat Heybridge 8-2. So I'm going to stick with it and hope that we have, well, not similar results, but at least manage to get the win against Chelmsford. But we will have to see. We've got Asante up front. We've got Pierre on the right, who actually plays really well as an inside forward on the right. Then we've got Coulson, Allen, Carruthers, Lover, Bonner, Essam, Krasinski, Clark, and then, of course, Young in goal. Our normal right back, Jordan Winter, he is suspended, so that's why Clark is having to play there. But he can play there absolutely fine, so not really too much of an issue. Okay, here we go. The first highlight of the game, and it is Chelmsford trying to get it over to their striker there. Heads it towards the goal, but that wasn't troubling our keeper at all. Another highlight straight away, 13 minutes in. Once again, it's Chelmsford on the ball. Tries to get a long ball into the box, but our defender is able to recover it. So Essam, long ball over to Asante. Is unable to keep the ball, but we've got it back with Coulson, who does a very nice through ball onto Asante. And can he get it in? No, he can't. He shoots to the left, but that was nowhere near the goal. But we might have another chance here. Our keeper has been passed the ball, and he's running out quite far, but ends up giving it to Bonner, onto Allen. Asante, Carruthers on the right here. Don't know how he ended up there. Pierre just runs through all the defence and does the worst left-footed shot I think I've ever seen in my life. What was that? We can't be doing shots like that if we want to win this game. Jesus. Going to hit them with a little bit of encourage, and you can see all the happy smiley faces down the bottom here. Maybe that's going to help us, although we are quite quickly getting towards half-time, but as I say that, we do have a highlight. It is us on the ball. We got Coulson onto Krasinski, and I don't know what happened there. I don't know if he tried to kick it or just got tackled, but it does mean that Krasinski is not there on the left to cover O'Brien. And that's the goal for Chelmsford. I don't know why Krasinski was so far up the pitch. He's a wing-back on support. He shouldn't be trying to end up scoring goals himself on a solo run. I don't know what happened there, but on paper, we have apparently been the better team. So if we can get an equaliser, that would be nice. Got a highlight here starting with the Chelmsford goalkeeper. Long ball over. Carruthers manages to pick it up through to Asante, and that is in, and that is the equaliser. 1-1. I wouldn't be too unhappy if it stayed like this. A 1-1 against the top of the league is still pretty good, but if we can just push that little bit harder and get the winner here, then that would be even better. And it's fallen to Lover, onto Krasinski. Can he keep the ball this time? And sends it to Clark. Long ball over. Nobody's able to get it. Back to Clark. Crosses it in. Asante tries to get it on his head. But, yeah, nothing of it. Highlight again, and it is Chelmsford. Not sure what's happening here. Coulson onto Asante. And Pierre has managed to tackle the defender there. Chips it into the goal. I do not know what I witnessed. How does he go from making... I think it was Pierre, wasn't it, that made that terrible shot earlier? But if it was, how did he go from that to doing this? Just chips it over the defender and the keeper and it's in. This is just insane. Right, we should probably make some subs. We're 76 minutes in. Who hasn't been playing very well today? Love it. Well, to be honest, it doesn't really matter who's been playing well or not. It's who we've got on the bench. Nathan Cameron. I mean, our defence has been playing well. That's the problem, but I suppose we can swap him for Bonner. He's a little bit out of fitness. And then Campbell on for Krasinski, because he's been having a 6.7 rating, which is not great. So we're going to confirm those changes, and then that will probably be it. 82 minutes in, another highlight. Trying to get it onto Asante is unable to do so, but Asante's got it back, but Chelmsford have managed to make the tackle. Cameron hens it away from O'Brien, back onto Clark. Carruthers through to Asante. Can he make it a second goal? He forces the keeper to have to get a foot to it, which means we do have a corner, and it's going to be taken by Clark. Whips it in. Nobody's able to get to it. Coulson has managed to recover it, though. Clark back on it, tries to get it onto the head of Asante. Headed clear. Campbell gets tackled, and that's the end of that highlight. I think we'll bring on Rodri for the last minute or so, because Asante is a little bit out of fitness. And that is full time, 2-1. We have beaten top of the league away from home. And I did ask for a coaching course, but the board have rejected it because apparently our recent run of results has left them far from impressed. We just beat top of the league. Have they not been watching the football? I don't understand. Oh, okay. Well, I asked them to do it, and then they say they're happy to grant the request. It's never a problem to improve your skills. Well, why tell me no and then... I don't know. Anyway, does mean that we're taking a coaching course. So we are now going to be studying for a Continental C licence. So next up, we are at home against Hungerford. Hopefully we can take a little bit of momentum in our 3 wins in a row we've had so far and bring it with us and win this game. We are apparently comfortable favourites, according to the media. So I'm expecting that we should hopefully be able to get the win. Once again, we're going to stick with this 4-3-3 tactic. It seems to be working quite well. And in terms of the lineup, it's pretty similar, apart from the fact that Winter is back from his suspension and is in the ball-winning midfielder role, replacing Lovett, who himself is suspended because he picked up too many yellow cards. So I think that's pretty much the only change. Here we go, 11 minutes in, and Krasinski is on a corner. He tries to get it onto Asante, who heads it in, and we are 1-0 up, only 11 minutes into the game so far. The far post corner tactic that I've applied seemed to be working quite well. Just the man that has the best jumping reach at the far post gets it onto his head and into the goal. Lovely stuff. 18 minutes in, another highlight. Onto Clark. Whips it over, tries to get to someone in the box. No one there to pick it up. Grushenski tries to go for a shot himself. You know what? That wasn't far off. That wasn't far off at all. We are getting many, many highlights near their box. And that is Asante with the second header. But it's offside. Would have been nice to be 2-0 up, but is what it is. 28 minutes in, we got another highlight. Grushenski onto Allen. Coulson on the wing. Through ball onto Asante. And the nice 1-2 finish onto Pierre. And that's 2-0. Telling you, this combination of Asante up front and Pierre on the right in that inside forward role, it is working perfectly. First highlight here where Hungerford are actually on the ball and Winter makes a lovely tackle there in his ball-winning midfielder role. Onto Pierre. And I think that's a penalty. Yeah, it's tripped by Liam Vincent. And it is going to be Pierre taking the penalty here. Can we make it 3-0 up before half-time? Yes, we can. Slots it right into the bottom left corner of the goal. And we're 3-0 up. I do not think Hungerford are coming back from this. As things stand, Chippingham are currently winning against Weymouth, so we would still be second, but only by 1 point at the moment. Of course, things could change in the Weymouth game, which could mean that we could go top of the table, but we'll have to wait to find out. And Hungerford actually have a break here where they might be able to make something happen, but thankfully, Grushenski is able to make the tackle. Although makes a terrible pass there, and the Hungerford player just tries to shoot for the goal pretty much. Nothing happens. Right, 77 minutes in. It is substitution time. Who have we got that we can bring on? Right, let's bring on Essam, I think, for Clark, because he's not been playing very well. Then maybe Murtaugh for Carruthers. I think that should do it for now. Maybe we can bring on Campbell on the left a little bit later on, just to replace Grushenski. Right, Hungerford have the ball, but passes it straight to Essam. They're not going to get anywhere by doing passes like that. Allen, onto Coulson. Gets tackled. Rusby, Rollinson, Evans. They might actually have something here. Through ball onto Macy. Keeper dives for it. But that is 3-1. And we have conceded our first goal in this game. Who made the mistake there? So you got Evans and just both of these guys just seemingly weren't quick enough. So we're going to put on Campbell, go to balanced, chuck on a bit of time wasting and drop the tempo. And that should see out the rest of this game. And that is full time. In the end, Hungerford actually managed to make a couple of decent shots, 2 on target. But overall, we were definitely the dominant team there. And the scoreline shows it with a lovely 3-1 win. In the end, Chippenham managed to hold on to their 1-0 lead against Weymouth. So it does mean they are still ahead of us. But at the moment, only by 1 point now. But there you have it. Much, much better showing than we saw in the last episode with our 5-1 loss to Havant. 2 very, very important wins, to be honest. I'll probably go through, do quite a few more games, and then come back some point in January or February, probably. I kind of want to get through this season relatively quickly. So yeah, I'll be playing a fair bit of games off camera. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that fantastic stuff. And I'll see you next time.